Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fardina Siska and today I will presentation about dialects and code switching. First, dialects. So, what is dialects? Dialects are linguistic varieties which may differ in pronunciation, vocabulary, spelling, and grammar. Dialects an alternative form of a language that differs in some way from the standard form. Dialects can be defined as subform of a language which are in general mutually comprehensible. So jadi dialeks itu adalah suatu variety atau tipe linguistik yang secara pengucapan, kosakata atau vocabulary, ejaan atau spelling dan grammarnya itu tuh berbeda dari standar pada umumnya, berbeda dari yang digunakan oleh orang-orang pada umumnya. Dialeks ini biasanya digunakan oleh suatu kelompok tertentu. There is two type of dialects, is regional dialects and social dialects. Regional dialects occur due to differences in language use caused by geographical differences. Geographical distance between regions is an important factor in the formation of regional dialects. These differences between regional dialects are usually clear and well defined. Regional dialects tend to be less influenced by external factors. Meanwhile, social dialects occurs due to differences in language use caused by differences in social class. Social distance are the main factor in the formation of social dialects. The differences between social dialects are not always clear. Social dialects tend to be more easily influenced by external factors such as cultural trends or media influence. So, jadi perbedaan dari regional dialects dan social dialects itu, pertama, kalau regional dialects itu bergantung kepada wilayah atau geografi dari penutur tersebut. Jadi kalau misalkan kedua penutur itu berbeda wilayah, itu kemungkinan dialeksnya juga akan berbeda. Lalu kalau misalkan regional dialects itu sedikit atau sulit terinfluence oleh beberapa faktor-faktor luar. Sedangkan kalau misalkan social dialects itu bergantung kepada perbedaan sosial kelas. Dan kebalikannya dari regional dialect, social dialects ini tuh mudah untuk terinfluence oleh faktor-faktor luar. Dan social dialects ini sudah sedikit digunakan di masa sekarang. Tapi kalau misalkan di era zaman dahulu itu masih banyak yang menggunakan social dialects. Then language and dialects. Although the terms language and dialect are used separately, in practice, the boundaries between the two are often blurred and cannot always be clearly defined. The distinction between language and dialect is often political, social, and cultural rather than linguistic. The difference between language and dialect is based on mutual understanding. If speakers of each dialect can understand each other, then the dialects can be considered variants of one language. However, on the other hand, if two languages have speakers who cannot understand each other, then they are considered separate or different language. Next, dialects and accent. An accent is a person's typical pronunciation. Meanwhile, dialects is related to the use of vocabulary and sentence structure that are typical of a language by a certain group of people. If you say either and I say either, that's accent. We use the same word but pronounced differently. But if you say I've got a new dustbin and you say I've gotten a new garbage, that's dialects. We are using different word and sentence patterns to talk about the same things. From Crystal 2014. So jadi maksudnya perbedaan dari dialect dan aksen itu, kalau misalkan aksen dari kosakatanya, tata bahasanya itu tuh sama, yang membedakan hanya pengucapan atau pelafalannya saja. Seperti misalkan American accent dan British accent. Kalau misalkan American accent itu pengucapan computer is computer, but kalau misalkan British accent itu computer. Same thing with a water and water. Kalau misalkan dialects itu dari kosakatanya saja sudah berbeda. Ada yang menggunakan dustbin untuk pengucapan tempat sampah, tapi di wilayah lain menggunakan garbage. Dialects advantage. First, cultural identity. Dialects can be a symbol of cultural and regional identity for a particular community. This can strengthen the sense of pride and solidarity between community members. The second, preservation of heritage. Dialect can help in the maintenance of cultural heritage and oral tradition through dialects, folklore, traditional songs, and local knowledge can be preserved. The third, language enrichment. Dialects can enrich a language with unique variation in vocabulary, spelling, and grammar. This can add the diversity and linguistic richness to a language. The last is social connected. The use of a dialect in daily communication can strengthen social relationships between community members who use the same dialects. Also, there is a dialect disadvantage. First, communication difficulties. Dialect can make a communication difficult between dialect speakers and people from outside the community who do not understand the dialects. This can hinder effective communication. Second, educational limitation. Dialects that differ from the standard language or more dominant dialects can be a barrier to a formal education, especially if there is a lack of understanding of the dialects by the teacher and students. Third, stigmatization. Some dialects may be considered inferior or less prestigious by society at large. So users of these dialects may experience social stigmatization. The last is change and globalization. Dialects are susceptible to change and to influence of globalization, which can result in a decline in the use of maintenance of traditional dialects. Next, standardization of dialects. Dialect standardization refers to the process by which conventional forms of a language are established and maintained as widely accepted standard within a language community. In this way, the dialect can be used and understood by the public. Standardization also helps in maintaining the continuity and stability of language in variety communication contexts. First, standard formation process. Dialect standardization is created so that it can be used as a reference in language used in society. Covers rules of a grammar, spelling, vocabulary, and pronunciation that are considered correct and generally accepted form. The second, standard setting effort. Dialect standardization can also occur through active efforts by community members to establish one dialect or variation as a recognized standard. This can be done to increase uniformity and smooth communication in society. Third, natural formation. Dialect standardization can occur naturally through language development in a particular speech communication. This process can involve combining elements from various dialects to create an inclusive standard. The last is re-standardization. The concept of re-standardization refers to the way in which a language can be changed again by its speakers and writers. This process may involve change in grammatical rules, vocabulary, or pronunciation to reflect more contemporary language development. For example, regional dialects. First, Southern American dialects. The dialects spoken in the southern region of the United States, such as Texas, Louisiana, and Georgia. This dialect has distinctive characteristics in pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar that distinguish it from other dialects in the United States. The second, Geordie dialects, or Northern England dialects spoken in around Newcastle, England. This dialect has Scandinavian influences and differences in distinctive vowel pronunciation. Third, Yorkshire dialects, or Northern England dialects spoken in Yorkshire, England, with a distinctive pronunciation of long vowels and certain consonants. The last is Appalachian dialects in the United States. Dialects spoken in Appalachian region of the United States with Old English influences and unique vocabulary. And social dialects. First, Ebonics, or African American English dialects, a dialect spoken by the Afro-American community in the United States with distinctive features in pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary that differ from standard English. The second, Cockney in London dialects. Dialects spoken by working class people in East London, England. This dialect has a distinctive slang, vocabulary, and pronunciation that is different from standard dialects in England. The last is Estuary English dialects. The dialect spoken by middle-class people in London and its surroundings. This dialect is a mixture of the London accent with middle-class influences, creating a unique linguistic variation. Number 2 is code switching. What is code switching? Code switching in sociolinguistics is a phenomenon where speakers consciously or unconsciously switch between two or more different languages, dialects, or language variation in one particular conversation or communication situation. Code switching can appear in the form of replacing word, phrases, or sentences from one language to another, or in the form of changing accent, intonation, or language style to suit the variety of language used. Code switching can occur in various situations, such as in informal conversation between friends or in multilingual community environment. Reason for code switching. First, forgetting a word. When a speaker does not know the appropriate English word or phrases to use in a particular context. The second is filling gaps. Code switching can be used to fill in gaps in speaking or to explain something more clearly. Third, easier. Sometimes speakers find it more comfortable and easier to speak in their native language. Fourth, avoid misunderstanding. Code switching can be used to avoid misunderstanding or ambiguity in communication. 5. Expresses closeness. The use of native language in conversation can indicate closeness or familiarity between speakers. The last is adding emphasis. Code switching can be used to add emphasis or intensity to communication. Types of code switching. According to Poplach in Romain 1995, until defines three main types of code switching, which are: first, intranscensial code switching; the second, intersensorial code switching; and the third is text switching. Intranscensial code switching refers to the switching that occurs inside the same clause or sentence. Example: I really need to beli some groceries sekarang. Or kamu mau makan steak or pizza. The second, intersensorial code switching, involves a significant amount of syntactic complexity or conformity to the rules of both language. Example, I watched a great movie last night. Saya suka cerita dan acting para pemainnya. The last is text switching. It's simply the insertion of text in one language in an utterance which is entirely in the other language. Example, cheese look amazing, kan? And dia berasal dari Korea. Did you know? Mungkin itu aja yang bisa dipresentasikan. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.